For weekend warriors around the world, stepping out onto the field of battle is no laughing matter. When bullets start flying, even if they're just pellets a few millimeters in diameter, airsoft enthusiasts need a weapon that won't jam up in the face of enemy fire. And some of the most realistic and reliable airsoft guns in the world have been made right here in Taiwan for over 30 years.
真枪和电动枪它最大的差别，其实就在它的击发的动能。因为真枪它是利用火药击发，但是电动枪它是利用压缩空气所击发，因为它本身是用电池的结构带动马达、带动齿轮，然后再带动击筒，然后用压缩空气来击发 BB 弹。所以电动枪基本上就是一个很安全的一个玩具。
With each passing year, ICS ups its game in terms of realism, handling, and customization.
UK1 这把枪是完全全新的设计，从我们讲的最新式的防火帽，到 KEYMO 的护木，整个枪身的拧针的操作，还有一个人体工学的握把，再来双边的枪背带扣环，以及我们最新的 MTR 的一个枪托的设计，都是符合最需要的人体工学。
There are several specialized components in an airsoft gun that require expert engineering, such as the gearbox, pinion gear, piston, and handguard, all built for maximum durability and realistic appearance.
一般玩具枪它大概看枪型的状态不同，所以它会有大概300到400个零件不等，所以它是一个很复杂的工艺。
These complex replica guns come together via computer engineering work undertaken by an R&D team from multiple industries. Complex programs that ensure a sleek design for the user. The life of each gun begins here at a factory in central Taiwan. First, blocks of a zinc-based alloy are melted down at a temperature of around 420 degrees Celsius. This material is poured into die-cast molds to form the heart of the gun, otherwise known as the gearbox. This zinc alloy will provide a durable shell for the moving parts within. These pieces are separated from their molds by hand and set aside for later assembly. Meanwhile, at a different station, the body of the gun is cast. Machine-operated buckets pour the alloy into custom molds, which are sprayed with a water-based solution to instantly solidify the material within. Hot off the press, the 300-degree pieces cool as they move down the conveyor belt. These pieces come out of the molds in tandems that are cut with a saw, discarding the excess metal. The body of the gun is then milled using computer numerical control, a CNC milling machine. As the heated saw customizes the body of the gun, it's sprayed with cutting fluid to keep the temperature down. The body is then packed up and sent over to assembly with other CNC milled components. The team is now ready to move on to the more complex interworkings of the airsoft gun. They've pioneered a method of extending the life of the gun by creating incredibly durable interior components. First up, the pinion and bevel gears are made by compressing metal powder under high pressure and temperature to create denser and more durable components. It's this gear that generates the pressure to propel the BB out of the barrel. It's able to withstand a similar amount of force a vehicle would exert on a road each time the gun is fired. But before the gears start turning, they need to be strengthened in a heating process known as sintering.
齿轮在射出完成之后，会到这个高温烧结炉进行烧结强化的一个动作。那整个制程会烧结到1300度，维持24个小时。那主要目的就是要把我们之前加入的这个材料配方，把它烧结出来。那它的体积会缩小20%，造成它的密度更强。
The gears come out of the vacuum sintering furnace, looking more like gears of war. Next up, the intricate details of the handguard. The handguard is fixed into place in a CNC milling machine. and a milling cutter begins to shape the rails and mounting holes. These rails and holes allow airsoft players to put more cool stuff on their gun. Sights, scopes, and lights can be attached, customizing each gun to an individual player's taste. To give a more realistic look and feel, the handguards are sandblasted, pebbling the surface and making it easier to grip. After getting blasted, the handguards go for their bath in a diluted sulfuric acid solution that gets rid of any excess sand or grease hanging around. Followed by hard anodizing, which adds an oxide protective layer in a classic black color. The handguards are then hung out to dry for 20 minutes. Then the logo and serial number is laser etched, and another unique product made in Taiwan begins to come together. Parts complete, they're finally ready for assembly. The switch that activates the safety mode, as well as the automatic and semi-automatic features of the weapon, is put in. And the gearbox system takes shape, as the gears, trigger, and wires are installed. The adjustable stock gets some finishing touches too. Next, the stock, wires, barrel, and gearbox are manually assembled. Once all the internal components are in place, it's time to test out the gearbox. A smooth-running electric blowback system gearbox is key to the longevity of the gun. It can also faithfully simulate the bolt action of a real gun. There are other tests to be done as well. They have to make sure the electric current doesn't spike or dip. A 300-round magazine is fired to verify the gun's accuracy and fluency. The muzzle velocity is also tested according to the requirements of different countries. With the gearbox passing the shooting test, the handguard is installed over the barrel, and a replica flash suppressor is put on. The team then runs a few final tests on the movable parts. Finally, this rifle is ready for a skirmish. Airsoft is a sport poised to grow in the coming years, and ICS, the first company in Taiwan to mass-produce realistic, sophisticated replica airsoft guns, will grow right along with it. Every soldier, even the weekend warrior, needs a reliable weapon that will fire true in any and all circumstances. And for just such a weapon, airsoft players around the world look to ICS for quality BB guns uniquely Taiwan-made.